Welcome in, everybody. We are live here on the Browns Report. We've got an action-packed show to get to today. We're all going to hang out. We're going to talk Browns football. Cleveland's got Green Bay coming up on their schedule. We've got a special guest interview. You're not going to want to miss that. We're also going to be talking about Cleveland Browns trade rumors. The Bengals are a quarterback-needy team now, and Cleveland has been in the news because they've got a few quarterbacks that they could potentially ship out. So you're not going to want to miss all the news that we have. Of course, we're also going to hang out, talk in the chat here. That's why I love doing these things, to get the Browns community together, to hang out and talk Browns football. So get active in the chat right now. I want to hear you guys, your opinions, and most importantly, pick a Cleveland Browns player that you think will have the best game against the Green Bay Packers in Week 3 this Sunday. Go ahead, comment a name right now in the chat. I'll start shouting out the names that you're putting down there, but let me know which Cleveland Browns player will have a breakout game against Green Bay. Comment a name right now in the chat. I see James saying, hey, Joey-O. Hey, James. Jeep Wolf has got Sampson. Dylan Sampson, breakout player against the Packers. Tell me why, Jeep Wolf. I like that. Kathy dropping the Kangaroos per usual. Joey. I like it. Antonio said, depends on who the quarterback is. Probably going to be Flacco, Antonio, for next week and maybe even a couple more. We'll get into that. Kimberly saying David Njoku. I would love that. I've got Njoku on my fantasy team. Hasn't done a whole lot as of late. Got a couple big catches, but Harold Fannin Jr. has really been getting involved for Cleveland. And, you know, Brandon saying Myles absolutely is always the safe pick, the best pick for Cleveland. He's having a monster season already. He's actually tied for the league lead in sacks is Myles Garrett, so that's incredible. Belknap says the new LB. You're talking about Carson Schlesinger? Because I would absolutely love to see him have another breakout game. Edward says Judkins. I like that pick. I think Judkins is the clear RB1 going forward for Cleveland. That's how he was utilized against the Ravens, and he looked good. Judkins averaged 6 yards a carry in that game. We need that. Kathy's got Jerry Jeudy as well. I forgive your spelling for sure, Kathy. But for sure, Jeudy, he actually is already talking confident, so I'm excited to see what he has to do. James going with the rookie linebacker as well. Love a little bit of Carson Schlesinger. So some good names, some good picks down there in the chat. Got about 70 people watching the stream right now. Kimberly still misses Nick Chubb. I watched him score a touchdown the other night. I feel you, Kimberly. I feel you.
I have, if you were wondering, I have.
I was.
I have Quinshon Judkins.
Hey, welcome in, producer Reed. Everybody
What's up, everybody?
The screens. Everybody say hey, Reed, in the chat. I like that pick, dude. Judkins. I think we've been saying it all offseason that he's gonna be.
And I think last game, like, it was very like first game on basically, and then. Now, second game, I feel like he's going to have a little bit more confidence, a little bit more pep in his step. He's going to go crazy.
Yeah, right. That game was with him missing a Wednesday practice and taking months off to deal with the commissioner in the NFL. So he already looked good after just practicing Thursday, Friday. Now we've got a full week of Judkins. It's exciting. I like those picks. I think he'll be my breakout player as well. But like I said, we've got a lot to talk about on this live show today. It's going to be fun. We've got rumors. We've got news. Like I said, Browns-Bengals quarterback trade. A Yahoo Sports article is talking about it. We're going to give you all the latest on that and who's involved in this mock trade. Then, of course, we've got our Browns-Packers preview for you all in the chat. Can Cleveland pull off this big upset and avoid going 0-3? I'll give you my keys to victory on how Cleveland could actually pull it off. Is it possible? Two old school teams going at it. We'll talk about that. And finally, a live Q&A mailbag. I want to answer all your questions in the chat. If you want to be in the video, want your question shown up, super chat to get your question on screen and guarantee that we use it in the video, or comment your questions throughout the stream using the hashtag Browns, and Reed will go through, pick some questions. I'll answer them on screen. But like I said, if you want to skip the line, super chat right now with a question, and boom, we'll put it up on screen, we'll answer it, and we'll guarantee the super chat questions go in the video. But I'm going to be listening and hearing all your takes and questions throughout the stream. So if you want to join the show, you want to be a part of it, please do send in some questions with the hashtag Browns and or Super Chat. I see James saying he meant Judkins. And Jeep Wolf going Fannin. I like it. I like it. Meant him. That would be cool. I was going to say. Oh, yes, we do also have, if you want a Super Chat, we have a little Super Chat menu for the live as well. Maybe you're used to seeing them on our watch party, but we've gone ahead and cooked one up if you want. Not only will we answer your question if you're Super Chat, but you get a shout out just by Super Chatting. A $5 Super Chat. We hit you with the Dawg Pound bark. Get the Dawg Pound fired up to beat Green Bay in Week 3. $20 Super Chat. It's time to get a workout in. I'll hit my jumping jacks. And then a $100 Super Chat, which we got last Wednesday from Dolphin X. Reed and I will go crazy. We'll bang here in the studio. It'll be electric. So this is our Super Chat menu for the day. If you want to be a part of the stream, donate. We totally appreciate it. But we love being here and hanging out with you guys no matter what. And like I said, if you Super Chat with the question, we'll guarantee we get your question in the show. Also, for some good luck, like the stream right now to beat the Green Bay Packers. Let's get this like count up on our live so we can spread the video to more Browns fans and beat Green Bay. We're going to need all the luck we can get, so don't jinx it. If you're sitting there and you haven't liked the stream, drop a like just to be a little superstitious. We don't want to chance it. Drop a like, and let's get that count up and going. For a lineup? Yeah, I do. Should be in there. Yeah, should be. Think Flacco's in it. You should see it. Kathy's right. Smash that like button. Oh, from yesterday? Yes. Okay. Yes, sir. Like the stream, everybody. Let's build this up to beat Green Bay. Mike's got Green Bay 50, Cleveland 10, though. Okay, yeah. Let's say we're at 21 likes on the stream right now. Let's beef that up. Reed, what do you think we should get to?
I mean, we got a little over 80 people. Let's split the difference. How about we get to 40, and then we start the show?
Once we hit 40 likes, we're going to start our show and talk about that potential Bengals-Browns trade that's in the news. So smash that like button if you're watching. Like Reed said, we've got about 90 people here in the chat. Hit the like button. We get to 40. We'll go ahead and start our show and get hanging out. And like I said, it's good luck. So make sure you smash that like button like Kathy's saying to do. And then we'll get going here on the show. And don't forget, Super Chat with a question will guarantee that you make it in.
Joey, did you say you're the person who's going to be the best against the Packers?
My breakout?
Yeah.
No, I didn't give my concrete answer.
Who is it?
Good question, Mr. Reed. If I had to pick a player that's going to break out against Green Bay, if Cleveland's going to have any chance to contend with them, I'm going to go Judy. I think he's already disappointed that he hasn't been. They haven't been winning.
I like that answer.
Yeah, they haven't been winning. He's a little mad about it in his press conferences. He took a shot at the Ravens secondary last week and couldn't really do as much as he hoped. He's doing it again this week, and I think Judy would be the key.
I see a couple of people in the chat, but Mike gave his. What's the score prediction?
Oh.
Score prediction for Browns-Packers. I'll start with mine.
Yeah. I got mine too.
Now, this could change since the game, it's only Wednesday.
Correct.
But I'm going Packers 31, Browns 21.
Okay. All right. I like it.
It could change, though. Could change. Packers are a tough team.
It's a tough one. But we're still going to watch and get it and hope. I'm going to say Green Bay, unfortunately, puts up 27. Cleveland, 17. Packers 27-17 is what I think is going to happen.
Both of us, it's getting beat by 10.
Yeah. Unfortunately. But Reed and I could be wrong. We have been before. And like I said,
we are 5 likes away from getting the show started.
There we go. 5 more people hit the like button, and we'll get right into all our topics here on the show. I do have my keys to victory that I'll be bringing up as well in the preview. So even though we don't think it's going to happen, prediction-wise, I know the way that it could happen. I'm going to tell you here on the show today. Kathy's saying it's too soon for her to call. Yeah. It is only Wednesday, like Reed said. Things could change. Oh, 42. Hey, there we go. All right, like counts up. That means we can get going here on the Browns Report with all of our shows for you at home, watching along, hanging out, ready to talk some Browns football. All right. How you feeling, Reed? You ready?
I'm ready.
Let's go. Let's go. All right.
Whenever you're ready.
Heck yeah. Let's get ready to do it then. Our first segment.
Oh, and then actually, let's right now.
Mm-hmm.
Did you fill in the sub battle? Is it 0-0 right now?
I have no idea what it actually is. I just saw it was built, so I figured you put in random numbers. But however you want to do it, we could do.
We can do like 0-0.
Yeah, that's probably what it is. We could do that.
Or
Okay. Whatever. Are you muted or? Oh. All right. Cool. I say it probably looks like I'm talking to myself. Guys, I promise I'm having a conversation with Reed. Alrighty. Oh, here we go. Keith said 27-25 Browns. Let's go. Pick that Browns dub, baby. In a close one. That's how they'd win it. It'll be close. Nice. Oh, we're winning. Let's go. Alrighty. Let's, without further ado, yeah. Might as well. Cool. Okay, let's do it. Yeah. 3, 2. We have a major Browns-Bengals rumor from a Yahoo Sports article that suggests a trade involving a Cleveland Browns quarterback heading to Cincinnati. We'll talk about it, tell you what's in it. But first, make sure you subscribe to the Browns Report. I was looking at the stats, and 64% of our viewers are not subscribed. If that's you, go ahead, smash that subscribe button right now. Almost 36% of you are subscribed. We appreciate you guys. Appreciate everybody that watches, but join the party. That's a big number that's not subbed. If you are subbed, comment woof woof. Go ahead and do that, and then comment woof woof if you're not. So I know who the real subscribers are in the comments. You guys know I like to read and reply comments when I can. Okay, some big news broke recently. If you've been living under a rock, here it is. Ian Rappaport had said that star quarterback Joe Burrow is feared to have suffered a grade 3 turf toe injury, one that would require surgery and put him out for at least 3 months. That means the Bengals are in the market for a quarterback. They've been looking for free agents. They're also calling up teams, trying to make trades, I would believe. And it's because their room is kind of empty without Burrow. I mean, Jake Browning, that's all you got. Who is going to step up for Cincinnati? They will have no success if they just leave Browning in there. I mean, you're going to need some help. What if Browning goes hurt? Then what do you do? I know they added a couple quarterbacks to the practice squad, but it seems like the Bengals will need to go out and get one of their own. So this is what Yahoo Sports proposed in their article. They said that the Browns would receive a 4th-round pick and a 6th-round pick next year, and the Cincinnati Bengals would get Shedeur Sanders. This was in the Yahoo's article, and I took a step back. I'm like, wow, we got to talk about this potential Shedeur Sanders trade to the Bengals. First of all, would the Bengals even start Shedeur Sanders if they traded for him? Because Browning looked pretty decent in their last game, who's to say that Shedeur would actually get an opportunity in Cincinnati? I think this trade is good for everyone except the Browns. Like, I don't think it makes sense for Cleveland at all. And I would much rather they keep Shedeur on our depth chart and Gabriel so that we can finally evaluate the rookies. We don't even know which one's good. We don't know which one could be a quarterback of the future for Cleveland. We need to see them play for our team, not just immediately ship them out. You drafted 2 rookie quarterbacks, and I think it would actually end up being better for the Bengals, whether they play them or not, because now they'll get all the media attention. They'll get the jersey sales. They'll get the ticket sales. They'll get the Shedeur Sanders fans that are tuning in to the Browns only for Shedeur. That would all go to Cincinnati. Why help out our rival like that when this Burrow injury is going to affect the Bengals' performance? It'll lower them in the division standings throughout the year. Let's not make a trade to help out our foes, especially if Shedeur turns out to be worth the hype. Like, what if he is actually a good quarterback and we just gave him up to Cincinnati, our division rivals? We'd be clowned like the Browns already are in the media. I'm not a fan of it. I don't think we need to make a trade like this, and I wouldn't give up either of the rookies if we were going to make a deal. And don't deal with the devil, Cincinnati Bengals. I'm out on it. So, personally, I am not a fan, but I want to know what you guys think in the comments. Would you trade Shedeur Sanders to Cincinnati? Type Y for yes, type N for no in the comments right now. I want to know your opinion. Do we ship out Shedeur Sanders? I know he's a controversial player. A lot of people up on him, a lot of people down on him. You let me know what you think. Before we get into what I would actually do if I'm the Browns and Bengals making a deal, I want to tell you that this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. And honestly, I'm just so ready for football. It's back on Sundays, and all is right with the world. And I'm big into daily fantasy with PrizePicks. I'm obsessed with it because it makes all the games more entertaining. And before the Browns play, I lock in on all my players in my lineup and their player projections. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in, and PrizePicks invented the flex play, which means you could still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. And I've got a lineup myself for this week. We're starting with Thursday Night Football. Josh Allen, more than half a passing touchdown, or rushing touchdown, I think he walks across the goal line with ease against Miami. And then I've got a couple Joe Flacco lines here. First of all, he's getting less than 240.5 pass yards. I think they're overrating Joe a little bit. And then I love this one. They have Joe Flacco at 0.5 rushing yards. If he just gets 1, he'll get more. That's what I think. We've seen him do it in both week 1 and 2 so far. So follow me if you want. Try to make some money. But at the very least, download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. PrizePicks. It's good to be right. Let me just say, if I had to deal any of the Browns quarterbacks, I would give them Joe Flacco on a 1-year rental. He's on a 1-year deal right now. Flacco, a free agent again coming up. Really doesn't mean anything to the Browns that much anymore besides using him in the first 5 weeks of the season. Like, it's clear Flacco's lost a step. He's not the same player he used to be years ago. He's not even the same player he was in 2023. We saw him regress last year with the Colts, throwing lots of interceptions, not good games, and we just saw an awful Week 2 performance by the Browns offense against the Ravens. So clearly, he's been turning it over a lot and doesn't serve much of a purpose beyond the next few weeks for me in Cleveland. And I'd much rather let our rookie quarterbacks go out there and play. And you would get compensation for getting rid of Flacco. You get a couple draft picks. Well, probably one late one, if at all. I don't even know if Cincinnati would want to do this deal. But you could market it. Your marketing pitch is that Flacco's a starting quarterback in the NFL right now. He's the guy Cleveland has evaluated to be number 1. And he's ranked ahead of multiple quarterbacks in NFL power rankings in terms of starting quarterbacks. So you have that sales pitch to Cincinnati. Hey, we'll give you our starting quarterback. And I don't think he's serving much of a purpose right now for Cleveland going forward. Definitely not in the future. Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders, though, absolutely could be serving purposes for the Browns. I want to see what we have in Gabriel, and then I want to see what we have in Shedeur after that. And if anything else, like I said, Shedeur is just bringing eyes to your team. He's bringing money to your team and fans as well. So if you had to pick a quarterback for the Browns to trade to the Bengals, which one would you go with? Type SS if you think Shedeur Sanders. Type JF if you think they could trade Joe Flacco. Man, Flacco would just be bouncing around the AFC North. Type DG if you think Dylan Gabriel. And if you say, no, we're not trading any of our quarterbacks, we're keeping all of them, type NO for no. I'm curious what you people think. For me, the reason I wouldn't trade Gabriel either is pretty simple. Cleveland evaluated Gabriel as the higher quarterback, the better prospect than Shedeur. That's according to their front office. A lot of experts, analysts, myself included, disagreed. But this is what the Cleveland Browns thought. That's why they drafted Gabriel in the 3rd round and saw Shedeur was still available in the 5th. They said, hey, let's go get him too. Clearly, they feel better about Gabriel, and that's why they have him second on the depth chart going into the year and at the moment when they eventually have to move on from Flacco. We saw both quarterbacks get some time in preseason. Shedeur had a great debut against the Panthers. Not so much a great performance against the Rams in week 3 of preseason. But like I said, if that's Cleveland's opinion that they think Gabriel is going to be better, then let's see it. Let's see what Cleveland's talking about. And then I want to see Shedeur afterwards so we can finally put that debate to bed. But let's let them both play for us, not let Flacco go out there and throw turnovers and just look at disgusting offensive performances. I'm done with that. I think he's the most expendable on our roster. So if I had to pick one, that's why I wouldn't pick Gabriel. That's why I wouldn't pick Shedeur. Thank you so much for tuning in to the Browns Report and hanging out with me here. What a crazy rumor and suggestion from Yahoo Sports that the Browns could be sending Shedeur to Cincinnati. Comment what you think about it down below and join the channel today if you're a diehard Browns fan just like me. Thank you so much, and we'll see you next time on the Browns Report. All right, folks. Good segment. What do you think? I saw some comments coming in when I put the question up, but would you guys trade Shedeur Sanders to Cincinnati? Now that I got some time to look, type Y for yes, type N for no. Kathy's saying no, and Kathy prefers Gabriel to Shedeur. She's still saying no. What do you guys think? Y for yes, N for no. Pete would do it. Pete Feet, what are you doing? Give everybody a Shedeur? How come? Zane Lee says no. I see a lot of comments coming in actually throughout the stream. What? Chief Wolf said no, trade them Flacco and Zappy. That's what I'm thinking. I'm with you, Chief Wolf. Let's keep our rookies in Cleveland. We don't even know if they're good or not yet. He is, yeah. Zappy on the practice squad. Yeah, I mean, they theoretically could just go get him from the Browns if they wanted. Yeah. Pete Feet said the Browns do not take care of their players. Yeah, I see a lot of people saying still mad about Shedeur. I mean, they're not even using him in practice, really. Like, he's just emergency quarterback. He's not even active for them. So I could see that perspective of SS fans saying, get him out of Cleveland. I have seen that. But to my point, I don't even think he'd play in Cincinnati. Like, it's the same situation. He'll just be backing up another bad quarterback. So, a reminder of our Super Chat menu while we're here in the break before our next segment. And if you want to be a part of the stream, your Super Chats will automatically get you a shout-out. And if you put a question on your Super Chat, I'll be sure to answer it in our Q&A video. And then a $5 Super Chat gets you a little something extra. Dawg Pound Bark to get hyped for this Sunday. $20 Super Chat, I'll get my workout on. We'll do some jumping jacks. And then a $100 Super Chat, we get electric in the studio. You're going to want to see that. If someone says 100, Reed and I, we go crazy. We bang here in Studio M at Chat Sports. So those are our deals. Ain't that right, Reed?
It is right. That's correct. You laid it out perfectly.
That's right. We get electric when we get the big ones.
We do.
We do. It's a fun time.
We do bang. We do bang.
We do bang.
Pete Feet said, yep, let Shedeur and his, in quotes, obnoxious fans, I am one of them, leave this crap show. If you actually believe Shedeur Sanders is not franchise level, I look forward to watching him do to you what Baker is doing. You know, I'll push back a little bit on that. Baker was 1-1. Shedeur was,
right. Fifth round. But he was projected to be 1-2.
But he didn't go.
But he didn't.
Unfortunately, he was projected. I think people were just projecting him just because that QB class there was nobody else really.
Right.
Like
that's fair.
I don't think Dylan is. I think they should have switched.
Yeah.
Draft in the 3rd, Dylan in the 5th.
I totally agree.
I think it's like Shedeur in the 3rd. That's fair. Like
totally.
That. I think that's a perfect spot for him.
Yeah.
He didn't. I don't think he did. Like he should have thrown at Pro Day.
Mm-hmm.
He should have done everything he could to show everyone this is why I'm getting projected this high.
Yeah.
It was sort of just like, oh, we're just gonna project him there, and then like, okay, and then like that was the only like media was like, yeah, and then all the coaches were like, no, we have like a different grade, and like nobody knew.
Right. No, it's weird. I mean, it's funny. Pete Feet, I've given that type of take before, and I get roasted for it in the comments. Though I have said that I think Shedeur's ceiling is high.
I was gonna say I do think his ceiling is as high as Baker's.
Yeah, I think there's even similarities in their play. Like they're both mobile, but not like Lamar Jackson mobile. They're both like they can like extend plays, and they're just strong. Good quarterbacks. In my
Kathy
opinion.
brings up a good point, or Kimberly, sorry. You're both pink profile pictures
with the K.
Andrew Berry knows nothing.
Maybe
they have not done a great job of evaluating quarterbacks.
They know, quarterback-wise, they know nothing, and we've seen that year after year after year after year.
Slow but sure.
Slow but sure in the chat. There we go. What's up, slow but sure? The buzzer beater from last time.
Yeah.
Let's go, slow but sure. $20 super chat. We appreciate you so much. Thanks for hanging out here with us, slow but sure. Let's go. Let's do my. I
love the nothing. He doesn't have to say anything. He's just like mic drop. What's up?
I'm slow but sure. I'm a baller. Boom. $20 super chat. W slow but sure in the chat. I'll get my workout going here.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Boom. Thank you to Slow But Sure. We appreciate you so much here. Hey.
You know what would be funny?
What?
If we put Slow But Sure's super chat into the mailbag, and it's like sends across, and you go, all right, super chat from Slow But Sure.
Yeah, that would be funny.
And you just stare and I totally agree, Slow But Sure. All right, next to the question. Next question.
I'm down. Let's do that. That'd be funny.
We'll do it at the end. It'll be the end question.
I like it. All right, Soul Train, $2 super chat. Shout out to you, Soul Train. Thank you so much for being here with us again. We appreciate you. Soul Train said, Soul Train said they need to fix the O-line for any quarterback to survive here. That's a great point. I'm honestly disappointed with what I've seen from the O-line so far. Like, we've had good players on our line for years, and I'm just not seeing the production. I mean, there were good moments against the Ravens, but there were bad moments. That's what Stefanski said as well. So, also, apparently Joel Bitonio did not practice today, so we'll monitor that. They say it's not serious, but we'll let you know. But I've been saying it all offseason. Cleveland has O-line injury issues, and they should get some depth in that room. If you want to share a take or question, just like Soul Train did, or you want a mic drop like Slow But Sure, go ahead and super chat. Guarantee that we'll get your question in the video if you super chat, or keep your comments coming with the hashtag Browns, and we'll pick a couple to answer in the video as well. Pete Feet had said, great take, guys. I agree. Third round would have made more sense, especially considering no other team had DG earlier than 5 to 6. Yeah, it's true. Tammy bringing up Myles Garrett, the sack master. That's what they call Reed. All games are won at the line, Kathy says. Yeah, I do think football's won in the trenches, too. That O-line, it's going to be tough for most quarterbacks to survive behind, just like Soul Train said.
We do need some more questions. Pete Feet, I'm gonna pick a couple people to ask questions while we do this second segment. I'm calling out Pete Feet because you've had some great takes and thoughts. Use hashtag Browns. You have to use hashtag Browns because that's how the software picks it up. Yeah. I have one from Soul Train and I have one from Jeep Wolf. But I'm calling you out, Pete Feet. Use hashtag Browns and then answer or ask your question. Or you can put it at the end, but it has to be hashtag Browns. Exactly how you see it on screen. And then I'm also, Kathy usually get a question in, so I'm not worried. How about Kimberly? Kimberly, you get a question in. While we do this second segment, you can kind of think about what your question will be. But I'm calling you guys out. You guys are hanging out with us. I'm calling you out.
I like it. I see Kimberly's been making a lot of great comments, too. I see her dropping a lot of good takes on the videos recently. Appreciate you, Kimberly, being a real one. So, yeah, use that hashtag Browns or Super Chat and get in our Q&A show. We'll get your question answered in front of the public. There we go. Michaela's coming in as well. So, that'd be cool. I'd also seen Michaela say that Cleveland is playing the way I expected. Never had any faith in Flacco. I'll admit I was a little excited to see Flacco for the first couple weeks. And week 1, he threw almost 300 yards. But now it's clear to me after the Ravens game, it's not good. I say he's out of there by week 5. We'll see Gabriel probably week 6, 7, if I had to guess. Sure. Oh, yeah. Our Browns-Packers preview segment coming up here on the show, folks. It's going to be a fun one. We have a special guest, a Packers insider, who joined me on the show to talk about the Browns-Packers matchup coming up. I put a Cleveland Browns spin on it to make it interesting for you guys, so hopefully you like it. Interview to start that show, and then we'll get into my keys to win for the Cleveland Browns because the Packers are a good team, but I've got 3 keys that could make all the difference. So it's going to be a fun, good segment, and hopefully – Yep. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Have we? Okay. So we're revealing the second one, though? Okay. Okay. All right, cool. Cool. Pryor Rose, $2 super chat. Thank you, Pryor Rose. We will hit that and then hop right in. Appreciate you for the $2 super chat. Says, please free Shador. Hashtag free Shador. Put him on practice squad. I see a lot of free Shadors all across social media, all across Twitter. I mean, what do you think, Reed?
Free Shador. I don't think he's just locked up on the practice squad.
I mean, they I guess that's why people are saying it, because he's not only is he not able to play, but he's like an emergency quarterback. He's barely running with the scout
he's
team.
locked in emergency quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
I'm more interested in the free 4.
Mm-hmm.
Did you see that? Free Rashee Rice.
Oh.
People are like, He was drag racing and then left the scene when he crashed.
Yeah.
It's not like he did he did something wrong.
Yeah. Yeah. In Dallas. You said free 4. I thought you meant Deshaun Watson. No. I was like, wait a minute. I was like, that I have not.
4 is exactly where he's supposed to be.
Yeah. We believe it or not, we will talk about him as well later today in the show. We might want to stick around because there are some more Deshaun Watson workout videos surfacing. Seems like he's healing. So, we got Tammy saying Browns 17, Packers 16. Close one. Cleveland edges it out. I like it. Alrighty. Thank you, Pryor Rose, for that too. And we're about ready to get into our preview section here for Browns Packers. Let's look forward to next week, this Sunday. We've put the Ravens one behind us. It's time to get ready for another Cleveland Browns football game, baby. Week 3 against Green Bay. And yeah, start with that. Yeah, give the people an update right away. And then we'll start getting into it. Alrighty. Without further ado, everybody, we're going to hop into our Browns Packers preview video. You'll see this on YouTube probably tomorrow. Make sure you go and comment on it as well if you're from the live, so I know. Okay. And 3, 2, 1. We've got a Denzel Ward injury update for you folks. The one everyone's been waiting to hear. Why did he leave that Ravens game, and is he okay? Well, Daniel Oyefusi tells us that Denzel Ward said he was just feeling dehydrated in Baltimore, which led to him missing so much time with the cramps. Ward said he was even getting IVs to try to get back in the game, but it seems like Ward is okay. He's back at practice. That's good news for Cleveland. Welcome into the Browns Report, everybody. I'm your host, Joey O'Donohue, and make sure you join the family here. Join the party because we've got a Week 3 sub battle going on here in the walls of Chat Sports. The Packers Report channel has gained 25 subs so far to start the week. The Browns Report is up 34 subs, so we have a narrow lead on them. Guys, smash that subscribe button if you're watching right now and you're not subbed. We have to beat the Packers here at Chat Sports. Show Chat Sports bosses that Browns fans are better than Packers fans so that we can hopefully beat them on the field as well in Week 3. And we have a special guest joining us on the show today, our Packers insider here at Chat Sports. Let's get into this interview. Welcome in, everybody. We are excited to be joined by another Joey here at Chat Sports. His name is Joey Peterson. He's our Packers expert, Packers insider, host of the Packers Report. And with the Cleveland Browns taking on Green Bay in Week 3, I thought we'd bring him on. First, Joey, just how you feeling, man?
Dude, I'm feeling 2-0. Excited to be here. Excited to get to 3-0 this upcoming Sunday. But I will say this. First road test for Packers this year, so we'll see how they handle it.
There we go. It must be a good feeling, Joey. Well, first thing I do want to ask you, and I think some of the Browns fans would be intrigued to know as a first question, what is the Packers' weakness, if you had to point to one? Maybe something Cleveland could actually exploit.
Yeah, that's funny. I would have said to you 2 weeks ago that the weakness was in their secondary. Obviously, they lose Jair Alexander in the offseason. Mm-hmm. And, I mean, they had a guy who switched from wide receiver to cornerback, make their 53-man roster in Bo Melton. And so, in my opinion, that told me like everything I needed to know with this Ravens cornerback room. But then you look at what they were able to do against Washington, they could not do anything. 5 pass breakups from Quinshon Nixon, 6 on the game total. I think their outside wide receivers had 16 yards when the Packers quarterbacks were in press man coverage. And so I don't think that's a weakness anymore. If anything's a weakness, I think you still got to look at that wide receiver room. Obviously, Jaden Reed just had to get surgery on both his foot and his clavicle. Matthew Golden really hasn't gotten involved in the ways that I'd want him to so far during this season. I still think he's going to be a star. But, you know, this wide receiver room had a lot of drop problems last year. Those haven't reared their ugly heads yet in 2025. But if I had to pick a weakness, I would say with Jaden Reed out, with Christian Watson out, it's probably this wide receiver core.
Well, that could be good for the Cleveland Browns because their corner depth has not been looking good. It kind of started to get exposed once Denzel Ward got hurt in their last game. Let's talk about your quarterback, though, Jordan Love. For someone who maybe doesn't watch the Packers as often as you do, maybe doesn't sit down, watch Packers film as diehard as you are, Joey, what is your analysis of Jordan Love? Just how would you describe his game?
Yeah, I think he's playing like a top 5 quarterback in the game right now. Truly. When you look at what he's able to do when he has a clean pocket, and I get it, a lot of quarterbacks are going to be good from clean pockets, but he's the best quarterback in the NFL accuracy-wise when he has a clean pocket. Just the plays that he's making down the field, I think one thing that I really like about him a lot is he spreads the wealth a ton. Tucker Kraft has gotten a lot of love this year. Romeo Doubs, the same. Obviously, Dontavian Wicks has looked great as well. And what I loved about Jordan Love so far is he's not afraid to let it rip. He's not afraid to throw it deep. And he's connected with a lot of those this year. And the funny thing is this Packers offense, just like many are in the National Football League, it's better when it's balanced. And Josh Jacobs has done fine so far in 2025, but it's not like he's out there in the first, second quarters of these games just ripping off big runs. They're kind of a little bit slowly or slower than they did last year getting him involved in the games and kind of starting things off with Jordan Love's arm. And so far, he hasn't really disappointed. Now, I would like to see them get it in the end zone a little bit more. Sure. Their yards compared to points, there's a little bit of a discrepancy there, but still, I've really loved everything I've seen from Jordan Love so far this season.
Interesting. Now, you mentioned him being one of the best with a clean pocket. Something that Cleveland actually has done well this year is get pressure.
Yeah.
They have one of the best defensive lines that I've seen in the National Football League. How does Jordan Love handle pressure in the time that you've spent watching him? What has that done to his numbers sort of when he is getting pressured constantly?
Yeah, I think he handles it well. I think an underrated part of Jordan Love's game is his legs. I think that's something that gets overshadowed and not a lot of people talk about. You saw him on an awesome, I believe it was a third down scramble where he lowered his shoulder and trucked over the rookie Trey Amos in the Commanders Thursday Night Football game. He's got that ability, so that definitely helps with dealing with pressure. But I wouldn't say he excels above it. He's not like a Lamar Jackson where he's one of the best in the league when faced against pressure, right. But he's not like a Jared Goff or Daniel Jones either, right. Where it seems like every single time they're facing any type of pressure, it's going to turn into a sack. One thing to monitor, though, and I think this falls a little bit in Cleveland's favor, is the offensive lineman situation health-wise for Green Bay. Mm-hmm. Zach Tom, their starting right tackle, didn't play against the Commanders last Thursday Night Football. Same with Aaron Banks, their starting left guard. Now, both those guys are back practicing this week, but their status is still up in the air for Sunday's game. And so if both those guys are out and you got Anthony Belton, who is a rookie, second-round pick out of NC State, if he's starting, he did some good things, did some bad as well, but this Cleveland defensive line could definitely take advantage of that.
Wow, okay, that could be interesting. So also a fun thing here for you, Joey, before we wrap up, a hypothetical. Okay. If you could take one player on the Cleveland Browns, add them to the Green Bay Packers, who would it be?
It's Myles Garrett.
Oh, yeah.
And if I can't do Myles Garrett, I think Myles Garrett is one of the best players in football, not just defensively. I really, really like Jerry Jeudy. Just his route running ability is unbelievable. And so I think that's a guy I would add to that Packers team. But if I'm choosing just one, and I can take Myles Garrett, I'm taking Myles Garrett.
Absolutely. Although Jeudy, I think, would help you out as well. If I had to answer the question for myself, based on what you just told me, I'll take Jordan Love over in Cleveland. We really do need some quarterback help still. Joey, thank you so much for joining us. He's Joey Peterson. I'm Joey O'Donohue, and we hope you learned something here on the Browns Report. Drop a like on the video if you guys enjoyed that Joey and Joey interview. What do you think? I mean, we might start doing it more here at Chat Sports. We have a lot of great hosts that know ball. Shout out to Joey Peterson. He's a great guy, and he knows his stuff. He works hard on the Packers channel as well as I do here on the Browns channel for you guys. But let me know what you thought of it genuinely, because I could start doing that, bringing in some more experts of other teams here when Cleveland's playing their team. Let me know what you think of the interview, and drop a like to show your support. But now let's get into my keys for the Cleveland Browns to beat the Green Bay Packers on Sunday. A little old school battle here of NFL teams. Can Cleveland get it done? The number one key for the Browns this week is time of possession. Specifically, the offense needs to have longer drives, stay out on the field, not put our defense in bad spots. Because the Browns defense, when you look at the ranks right now in all the NFL, you'd be shocked just how good they are. Their defense ranks first in total defense of all 32 teams in the NFL. The Cleveland Browns are the best in terms of defensive yards allowed. Not only that, they are first place in rushing defense in the NFL. Under 46 yards rushing allowed per game. And finally, they're top 3 in pass defense. 146 passing yards per game. That is third fewest in the NFL. I mean, that Browns defense is legit. It's not just something I'm saying. It's something I'm watching. It's something we're seeing unfold here in real time. And the numbers, the stats, the ranks are backing it up. It wasn't the Browns defense that gave up the 41. It was the Browns errors. It was the turnovers. It was the blocked punt. That's what set the Ravens up to put 41 on Cleveland. It was Flacco gifting Lamar good field position. It was a blocked punt gifting the Ravens good field position. And once Denzel Ward got hurt, Cameron Mitchell might be the worst corner I've ever watched play football. I mean, that was dreadful. He was burned, gave up like 3 touchdowns. Clearly, we need Ward out there. But when he is out there, Cleveland's a top defense in the league. And you saw it in the ranks just there. So, defensively, they're going to be strong and can contend with Jordan Love in that Packers offense. It's just the offense needs to help them out. Have some longer drives, put up points. Even if it's some field goal drives, that's not ideal. But, don't give the Packers good field position like you gave to the Ravens. That leads perfectly into my next point, which is win the turnover battle. Every single coach in the NFL, if you've ever heard them speak, will tell you winning the turnover battle is important, and that is how you win football games. Before I explain why this is so important, I got to tell you about an awesome deal here that Chat Sports is giving you if you want a Cleveland Browns hoodie for a good price. I thought it was so good that I literally went and bought it myself. When the bosses told me about it, I was like, wait, really? All right, sure. It's over 50% off right now if you go to chatsports.com/Browns hoodie. That's an easy link for you to get to. It was originally $70. Now it's $28 at chatsports.com/Browns hoodie. Like I said, I literally went and got it myself because it is more than 50% off. You can get it for just $28 now when it was $70. I'll put that link in the description and in the comments so you can find it easily. It's chatsports.com/Browns hoodie. Take advantage of this awesome deal, and we can rep the same gear here at the Browns Report. Getting back into my keys for Cleveland. Win that turnover battle. It's essential, and it has killed Cleveland for weeks now, not even just this season, but back into last season. The Browns have lost the turnover battle in 9 straight games. That dates back to week 12 of the 2024 season, and Cleveland hasn't forced a turnover since week 16 of last season. Can we get one, please? Win that turnover battle. It's one of the most important parts of football. It's hard to win games if you lose the turnover battle. And it's something that Cleveland has done a lot. They've turned it over a lot. 2 years ago, the Browns led the NFL in turnovers with 37. Last year, you see that little Deshaun Watson icon, the Cleveland Browns were tied most for turnovers in the NFL. They had 34. And now, through 2 games, the Browns already have 4 turnovers. That's one of the most in the league already. It is literally the reason the Browns lose games. There is no way they should have lost that Bengals game. The Bengals kept punting it back to the Browns, and the Browns would either turn it over or punt it right back. And against the Ravens, we were contending in the first half, keeping it close, and all of a sudden, Flacco's giving it up. He's fumbling the ball on 4th down for a scoop and score the other way. It's been the story in Cleveland for years. It's why they're losing games. I'm not a fan of it. My final key to victory for your Cleveland Browns is Stefanski's got to step it up in terms of play calling. Get creative. Mix it up. It's boring. It's predictable. There were plays circulating on social media where it looked like the Ravens knew exactly what the Browns were going to do before they hiked the ball. Switch it up, Stefanski. You've got plenty of weapons to work with. Not only weapons, but young weapons. Look at the Browns' offensive rookies this year. Quinshon Judkins, who was a beast in his debut, 6 yards per carry. Isaiah Bond, who's one of the fastest players in this league, another young, promising rookie. Harold Fannin Jr. has been a beast. Flacco's been targeting him a lot. He actually is 3rd right now in the NFL in terms of receptions for tight ends. Dylan Sampson also impressed me in his debut, and he caught a touchdown last week. And then finally you have both Dylan Gabriel and Shedeur Sanders in that quarterback room. I mean, it's a play caller's dream. Look at how much you can do. Swing it out to Bond a little more. Let's run some wide receiver bubble screens and let him run. Put Judkins and Sampson in there. There's a lot that can be done. Njoku and Fannin, at least I'm seeing a lot of 2 tight end sets. That I like, but it's a play caller's dream, Stefanski. Do something with it. It's getting predictable. It seems like defenses know what the Browns are going to do, and they just keep getting kicked off the field. Let's get creative. Let's do something else. Heck, maybe even bring in Gabriel or Shedeur for a play or two, because Flacco can't run. So maybe bring in Shedeur and do an RPO. Let him move. Same with Gabriel. They're both mobile. Flacco can't get out of the pocket. So please, 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 Kevin, start mixing it up. Get a little creative, because there are so many weapons for the Browns to utilize. I think that is the biggest key for Cleveland's offense actually having success against Green Bay and going forward this season. But what do you guys think in the comments? What is the number one thing that you want to see the Browns do? What is your key to victory for Cleveland to beat the Packers this Sunday? Comment it down below in the comment section. I'm curious to see what everyone thinks the number one key is for your Cleveland Browns. If you made it to this point in the video, you're a diehard Browns fan just like me. Make sure you subscribe here to the Browns Report. You can follow me on Twitter as well at JoeyO70. And as always, we appreciate you so much for tuning in, and let's go beat Green Bay. All right, folks. Kathy said totally agree. 100, 100, 100.
I think Jeep Wolf said pissing away 1st and 2nd down, then having to pass on 3rd. That's a really good point.
It's literally that's what I watched on Sunday against the Ravens. It was frustrating. Frustrating. Did Big J Bone said, "Hey bro, you look like Spider-Man"? Is that me? Thanks, man. Dolphin X, we saw you while our interview was playing. A $20 super chat. You're a legend. Dolphin X was our MVP last Wednesday. He's the guy we all want to be around. We all want to party with here on the Browns Report. Thank you so much, Dolphin X. Time in the Buckeye. Good to see you, my friend. Oh, look, Garrett said he liked the Joey Squared interview. That's cool. That's cool. Oh, yeah. Heck yeah.
Yeah. What did everyone think about that? Was that cool?
Yeah, we're curious because it's something we enjoy doing and want to start doing more of, but we want to know if you guys like it. If you like us bringing in some other team experts, and we got a lot of knowledgeable people here at Chat Sports, so I think it's fun when the Browns are playing one of their teams. But I want to know what you guys think here in the comments. Dolphin X, though, $20 super chat. I'm going to do some jumping jacks for you, my friend, but he says we're finally here. Alpha dogs are in effect. Not giving up hope on the season yet. Love the attitude, Dolphin X. I'm with you. I'm an optimistic guy. I'm staying positive. There's a lot of bright spots in Cleveland, a lot of good rookies. There's a lot to build on here for the Browns. I'm not giving up yet. So let's get hyped. Plus, the back half of the schedule gets easier. Like, it's not all tough games. So I'm excited as well.
It was a tough 2 games, dude.
Yeah.
Tough 2 games.
Right. But look, the Chiefs are 0-2. So why write us off? You're not writing them off. Let's hit some jumping jacks for you.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
6, 7,
10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20.
Boom. That's for you, Dolphin X. Thank you so much. We appreciate you. Alrighty. That's right, folks. We have a mailbag coming up. Q&A. We want to answer your questions. How do you be a part of the video? Well, super chat, and you are automatically a part of the video if you put a question in. we've got a lot coming in with the hashtag Browns as well after Reed called some folks out. So if you want to be a part of the video, you get your name on screen, and I'll answer your question. Whatever you want to know. It could be about anything. Probably Cleveland Browns related, but if you want some life questions as well,
I was going to say, it doesn't have to be a question. It could be like a hot take. If you're like, Shedeur Sanders is trash. Hot take.
True. You want to share a take? Get my reaction to it? Whatever you guys want, especially if you super chat, that automatically means I have to put it in. So
You skip the line. It's like
skip the line.
Fast Pass.
Yeah, at Disney. So if you want, skip the line, use the super chat. You can get me riled up because, like I said, I'm going to have to put it in. Use the super chat. Or use the hashtag Browns. Reed will go through, pick some questions to answer, and we'll get some of our faithful fans in the video coming up. So go ahead, get your questions in, your super chat questions in to skip the line. That is our last call to be a part of the video as Dolphin X is coming in with a $5 super chat. Dolphin X, you get our Dawg Pound bark. Hype up the Dawg Pound for this Sunday, baby. We will get you on here as well. Appreciate you, our MVP. Dolphin X with the $5. Thank you. Says, rate all the Brown outfits the Browns are rocking this week. Ooh, okay. Let me look up a picture. Like the jerseys? Let me look up a picture, get my reaction here. Are they wearing any type of different jersey this week, Dolphin X? Let me know so I can answer you correctly. Let me know in this chat, Dolphin X.
Jeep Wolf, that's funny. That one made me laugh. I had a hot take at 5 a.m., then had to wipe the Steelers, then flush the toilet.
Bro. Oh, Dolphin X says they got all brown everything, even helmets. Ooh. You know what we call the Steelers? Schittsburg. Schittsburg Steelers. Check it out. Have you seen this all Browns thing? All Browns outfit? Are they rolling with this against Green Bay? Oh, I did see this in the offseason. Are they busting it out?
That's an 8.3 for me.
Okay.
That's pretty sick.
That's pretty cool. Wait, but is this the one that people were clowning on? Because it's like sponsored by Dude Wipes, I think.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah, and it's just all brown uniform.
I mean, it's kind of funny.
Well, I have to answer it. That is funny. I'm going to look up another picture. Believe the Land started following me. Shout out if you're in the chat right now. Big J-Bone said maybe if we hadn't seen this uniform before. Yeah, right? Tammy's disappointed in Flacco. I was too last week. It was tough. Okay, yeah, they're debuting the new alternate helmet versus the Packers. Yeah, it'll probably look cool, but it's just all brown, though. All right. Favorite name for Pittsburgh is the Squealers, says Kathy.
Is that the one where it's a video of the guy falling off the platform as he's videoing? Did you see that video?
No, I don't know what you mean.
Look up Browns promo guy falling in water.
Oh, I know exactly what. Yes.
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
He's like videoing.
Yeah.
And then he gets all the way and he doesn't realize they're literally on like a a barge.
Yeah.
And he just goes like this and just falls off.
Yes. Yes, that was pretty funny. You know what? If they have that, I'm gonna look if that was for the Brown uniform. Maybe we put a photo of that. Fall. Dude, yeah, that was so that might have been a PR stunt, honestly. It was the helmet reveal, yeah, you're right. Yeah, but you see how there's the big dude wipe sponsor? Yeah. Yeah, that was that video where he falls off into the water. Yeah, that was. Dude, that might have been a PR stunt, dude. I think it was. Because that might have been a PR stunt. Did you guys see that video in comments where they're unveiling the Browns helmet and they're on this like dock and the guy videoing falls into the water? It was all over Twitter when it happened. Yeah. Okay, bet. Sweet. Last call to get in the Q&A, folks. Super chat to be a part of it, or use the hashtag Browns to have a chance of getting in. But Super Chat will automatically get you in. This is the last call. I'm sure Reed has a bunch picked out already with the hashtag Browns. So if you want to beat the buzzer and you Super Chat, that's the way to get in at this point. Last call here. We'll give you guys a few minutes. If you want to Super Chat one more question or take for me to answer and you'll be on the show, go ahead, do it before we get started with our Mailbag Q&A. Yes, sir. Sweet. All right, Beast. All right. I can just go whenever. Sweet, dude. Yeah. Yeah. Okay, bet. Sweet. There we go. Alrighty. Like I said, folks, last call, and we're going to get started here with our Mailbag Q&A to wrap up our day. Alrighty. All right, might as well hop in. Yes, sir. Let's do it. Oh, wait, Dolphin X at the buzzer? Nice. Dolphin X!
We'll throw that in.
Alrighty, sweet. Ready? We'll throw that in, Dolphin X. Let's go. Cool. Alrighty. Welcome into the Browns Report, everybody. I am your host, Joey O'Donohue, and on today's show, it's all about what you guys say in my comments. It's all about the fans' questions. We're answering some of the hottest questions that you guys gave me here on our Wednesday live stream. Let's talk about it right away. But first, make sure you are subscribed to our channel because we are in the middle of a Week 3 sub-battle still with the Packers. This is how it started out. We had a small lead. 34 new subs at the start of the week. The Packers, 25. We need to build this lead before Sunday. We need to, folks. We got to beat them here. Show Chat Sports bosses that Browns fans do it best. We're the most loyal. We're two old school fan groups, but Cleveland is the most diehard. Make sure you smash that subscribe button so we can beat the Packers here and hopefully on the field on Sunday. But without further ado, let's get into the video. First comment we got was from Soul Train with the $2 Super Chat donation. Thank you for that, Soul Train. Soul Train said they need to fix the offensive line for any quarterback to survive here in Cleveland. Absolutely agree with you, Soul Train. I was disappointed with what I saw from the offensive line. I had a little bit higher hopes going into the season, but if you watched all my videos in the offseason, I said we need to get OL depth because Cleveland has been plagued by the injury bug at the offensive line position. It's been hurting them, and now you're seeing it in real time. There were poor moments against the Ravens game. There were some okay, decent moments, but there were also times where they didn't hold up and pick up blocks that they were supposed to. So I agree with you. If any quarterback's going to have success, especially against the defenses Cleveland has to play early on in the season, offensive line is a huge part of that success. We found out Joel Bitonio didn't practice Wednesday either, so we'll have to update you on his status. And Jack Conklin also has been out We'll see if he comes back as well. But that's going to be an important piece for Cleveland. Next up, Priya Rose came in with the $2 super chat. Priya Rose said, please, hashtag free Shador. Put him on practice squad. This a hot topic for months across the league. The Shador Sanders fan base is coming out saying free Shador because Cleveland's not giving him any playing time. But not only that, there were reports he wasn't even getting reps with the scout team. Now, Cleveland in their press conferences had said that he was getting reps as well as Bailey Zappi with scout team. But he's been the emergency third quarterback. He's not even been active on game days, week 1 or week 2. So you're seeing free Shador all over social media. That's Priya Rose's take. And I think we just have to be patient with him. We'll see Sanders later on in the season. Flacco's already buying himself a ticket to the bench. Next up on deck is Dylan Gabriel. And I think by the end of it, they're going to put in Shador to evaluate what we have in number 12. So a little bit more patience, but I think Cleveland will give him an opportunity because if he can't get an opportunity in Cleveland, he's not going to get one anywhere else. We are the team that has quarterback issues and needs to find the quarterback for the future. So that's what I think about that. Dolphin X also came in with the $20 super chat. At Dolphin X, we came in to get me and all the Browns fans fired up. Said, we're finally here. Alpha dogs are in effect. Not giving up hope on the season yet. I'm glad you're saying this. I like this positive attitude. I tried it in my last video, and everyone seemed to rally around it because we're not losing hope on the season. There are lots of bright spots to take away from Cleveland's 2 losses. They were close with Cincinnati, and the defense looked good in both games. They, in fact, are ranked first right now in total defense in the NFL. Can you believe that? They're number 1. They've given up the fewest yards per game. It's incredible, and I do think that the Browns defense will continue this trend going forward. They just need help from the offense. Their offense is consistently turning it over year after year after year. It's not good at all, but there's a lot of promising young rookies for the Browns to be excited about, like Quinshon Judkins, who had a great debut, 60 yards on just 10 carries, and Harold Fannin Jr. has been showing out. Carson Schlesinger is a Defensive Rookie of the Year candidate. If you watch the film, defense looks good, rookies look young, promising, and electric. We're not losing hope on the season. That schedule is going to get a lot easier towards the back half. We play the Patriots, the Niners, the Raiders, the Steelers twice, the Bengals again. Who knows if they'll have Joe Burrow. There's winnable games, folks. Stay tuned. Don't lose hope just yet. I'm not. Dolphin X is not. Browns fan, sadly, though, has a username that suggests otherwise, but he wants to know, which Browns RB do I keep in fantasy football, Judkins or Dylan Sampson? Great question, and I got an answer. First, I would want to know, is your league PPR or no? Because Sampson's going to get a lot of receptions. Now, that was the worry. Is Judkins going to be used in the receiving game? Well, I gave you the scouting report in the offseason. He does have that ability. He got 3 catches against the Ravens for 10 yards. Judkins, to me, has been the clear candidate to take over the Browns' backfield, take over Jerome Ford's role, and be our running back 1. That's how he was used on Sunday against Baltimore, and that was without a full week of practice. Heck, that was without a month of practice. He couldn't even come back until Thursday because he had to meet with the commissioner that week on Wednesday. So now we got to see Judkins ramped up. We'll see him fully ramped up this week, ready to go. He's hard to tackle. He was a violent, angry runner. That 31-yard pop got me fired up on the watch party. I would keep Quinshon Judkins. That's who I have in my league. Get ready. He's going to be a fantasy beast. But I want to know in the comments from you folks, who do you think is the Browns running back 1? Who would you keep? Type QJ if you think Quinshon Judkins. Type DS if you think Dylan Sampson. Like I said, the only upside for Sampson is he will get catches when he comes in. But you should know, Judkins is poised to take over that role. Before we get into more of your questions, and we got some good ones coming up, I want to tell you that this episode is brought to you by PrizePicks. You and I make decisions every day, but on PrizePicks, being right can get you paid. Don't miss any of the excitement this season on PrizePicks, where it's good to be right. And honestly, I'm just so happy that football is back on our TVs on Sundays. All is right with the world, and I'm big into daily fantasy with PrizePicks. I'm obsessed with it because it makes all the games more entertaining. And before the Browns play, I lock in on all my players in my lineup and their player projections. PrizePicks is simple to play. Just pick more or less on 2 to 6 player stat projections. If you get your picks right, you could cash in. And Prize Picks invented the flex play, which means you can still cash out even if your lineup isn't perfect. You can double your money even if one of your picks doesn't hit. I'm hoping all my picks hit because I've got a lineup for this week. We're starting off Josh Allen, more than half a rushing or receiving touchdown. I think he walks across the goal line like he usually does, and he'll do it on a terrible Miami Dolphins defense. Joe Flacco is in here as well. I've got less than 240.5 pass yards, but more than half a rushing yard. If Flacco just gets 1 rushing yard, then I'm correct, and I'll make money. You can too if you want to follow my lineup. To do that, though, you got to download the app today and use code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. That's code CLNS to get $50 in lineups after you play your first $5 lineup. Prize Picks. It's good to be right. That link will be in the description as we get back to our questions from the live here, starting off with Pete Feet 34, $10 super chat. Thank you so much, Pete Feet. Says SS plus new stadium equals millions of dollars. Panthers game tickets jumped from $12 to $150 plus just by announcing Shedeur Sanders as the starter. We were live for that here in preseason week 1. Says this year is all smoke and mirrors plus BS narratives to quiet the media frenzy. So Pete Feet coming in saying Shedeur is box office just like me, and is ramping up revenue and ratings for the Cleveland Browns, and he wants to see him start. Pete Fee, like I said, I think I'm with you. I would love to see Shedeur go out there and play because he has been the talk of the offseason, and he is bringing eyes and sales to the Cleveland Browns. I want to see him get out there, but I think they're going to be patient with it. It's not going to be till later in the season, if at all, because the Browns have put Dillon Gabriel as number 2 on their depth chart. Stefanski said he has earned a backup role. We'll see what the Cleveland Browns estimation is, if it turns out to be valid or not. You know, if Gabriel goes out there and he plays bad, they'll have no choice but to put in Shedeur Sanders. And then we'll all get to see what you want to see. And hopefully he can prove the haters and doubters wrong. But for now, it's Flacco. I think Flacco's on a short leash. He is for me at least. They're going to go to Gabriel pretty soon. And then it's just a matter of time before we see number 12. Unless Gabriel balls out and plays really well, then Cleveland found their guy, and they'll be able to use number 8 going forward. But we'll see about that. Don't lose hope just yet on 12. Going on to Kathy's question. Kathy, a real one, fan of the Browns support for a long time, says, why aren't we using more screenplays? It's a great point, Kathy. I made this point in my Keys to Victory that Stefanski's got to switch up the play calling. We have a lot of fast, explosive players that could absolutely be utilized in terms of different plays and screens, particularly Isaiah Bond. I mean, that dude's got speed for days. Swing it out to him, run a little wide receiver bubble screen, let him go to work. There's plenty of rookies you could use to run screens with as well. You know, the tight end screen has been something utilized in Cleveland and across a couple other teams that have good tight ends. Give it to Njoku, let him work in open space. Give it to Harold Fant Jr. I've been very impressed with what he could do. Dylan Sampson, another great candidate to catch a screen pass. He has been amazing in open field. Week 1 against the Bengals, you saw a lot. Flacco would just sling it out behind the line of scrimmage. Sampson would catch and run, make some guys miss. He's elusive. I like what you're saying, Kathy, and I'm wondering the same thing. I'm calling up Stefanski saying, why aren't we running more screens and other creative play calls as a whole? We have the talent on the roster to do it. Next up, we got your boy Ham. What's going on, my boy Ham? Says our defense is actually playing relatively well, all things considered. I agree. Do you think with the addition of Judkins, we can finally open up the passing game and score? I think Judkins will be a big part of that if you do start to see the floodgates open on offense, your boy Ham. He's a powerful back, and he's someone defenses are going to have to account for. You saw against the Ravens towards the end of the game, he popped a 31-yard run where he was bouncing off tacklers and ran strong and angry. Eventually, they're going to be able to get back to what Stefanski likes to do, and that's run play action. But you need a good threatening run game to be able to set those up. I think if Judkins can play the whole season, still no word on the NFL, so we're good to use him. That would absolutely set things up. It's just going to be about Flacco's accuracy now going forward because he can be a gunslinger. Week 1, he had almost 300 yards. But if he's going to turn the ball over, receivers are going to drop passes, then we'll never see it, your boy Ham. But Judkins will absolutely help that if we have a competent quarterback that can deliver. Big J-Bone was in the chat all day on Wednesday. Wanted us to know, hey, put in Gage Larvanan and Caden Davis since we're catching all the TDs in preseason. They were catching all the touchdowns in preseason. You'll be happy to know Gage Larvanan made the practice squad and cleared waivers, so Cleveland can call him up if they want. Believe they can do the same with Caden Davis. Those were our preseason touchdown catchers, and honestly, I liked Gage a lot in training camp. If you're a diehard Browns fan and you've been following their preseason and their offseason, Larvanan was balling out in camp. Everybody was finding him. Gabriel was throwing to him. Shador was throwing to him a lot. And Flacco could be doing the same. So he could absolutely earn his way onto this roster, I hope. But for now, J-Bone, we got to rely on our stars to actually catch the ball like Jerry Jeudy and Cedric Tillman, who had a couple costly drops so far, weeks 1 and 2. G-Fresh wants to know, when are we going to get a true number 1 wide receiver? Well, that's an interesting question because you don't think Judy's a true number 1? I think last season, Jerry was clearly established as a true wide receiver 1. I think he does have that potential and talent to be it, and we saw it last year with Jameis Winston behind the helm. So I agree that the wide receiver room could use some help. You know, Thrash has actually not been good so far, and we could use some extra juice in that room. Hopefully Cleveland go out, make a trade, get a new big wide receiver with one that's on the market, like a Lave or even a Tyreek Hill, even though he'd be expensive. So I absolutely would love Cleveland to go out and get a wide receiver 1, and heck, even A.J. Brown if he's on the block. And that's something they used to do in years past. You know, they went out, they got Odell Beckham Jr., they got Jarvis Landry, they got Amari Cooper. Like, the Browns are no stranger to bringing in big star wide receiver 1s, but does that matter when you don't have a quarterback figured out? You know, I mean, the offense just looked awful last week. Who's going to throw to him? So I think Judy's a good 1, but I would absolutely love to bring in some more help, G-Fresh. Moving on, slow but sure, $20 super chat. He wants to know, I agree with you, slow but sure. Thank you so much for the question. Oh, here we go. Slow but sure has a question for us for real. Says, no question for the bag, actually. Just a shout out to Joey. Loving the show, man. Keep it up. Wow, thank you so much, slow but sure. That's a really nice comment. I appreciate you so much. Those type of comments always feel good and great to see. So really do love hanging out with you guys, and I'm glad I can do this for you and do this for all the Browns fans out there. So much love to you, slow but sure. Thank you so much for being a real one and tuning in. And now we've got another real one here. Bo and Her wants to know, will Deshaun Watson play this year? Okay, here's a question that'll get Browns fans fired up. We've been seeing videos surface of Deshaun Watson running and throwing as if his Achilles is looking much better. He's also been getting married, like he's walking around living his life, having the time of his life, making $200 million guaranteed. So there's potential. This is not something we'll have to touch on until later in the season. But Watson will be healthy, and he'll be back on the active roster. He'll be in that quarterback competition, folks. And what's to say that the Browns won't start him again? Because every single time he's been healthy, he's been the Browns' number 1 quarterback. And even when he was playing terrible, they kept putting him in. So I do think later, like week 13, 14, 15, 16, there's potential Watson's in that conversation and gets a start for the Cleveland Browns, which is shocking to even think about. But what if he's good? What if he comes back and he plays like he did when he was a member of the Houston Texans? What if he actually plays good? That's what we thought would happen, and we've yet to see it. How many quarterbacks do you think the Cleveland Browns will actually start this year? We know there's already 3 on the roster. Joe Flacco's 1. Dylan Gabriel and Shador Sanders in line to be 2 and 3. Bailey Zappi's on the practice squad. Deshaun Watson on the physically unable to perform list. How many quarterbacks do you think Cleveland will actually use this year? Seems like we can ask this question for multiple years in Cleveland. Comment your number for 2025 into 2026. Dolphin X came in here is our final question of the day. Dolphin X said, rate the all-brown outfits the Browns are rocking this week. So at first glance, it looks pretty cool, the all-brown. But a lot of people were clowning the uniforms. The sponsor is Dude Wipes, and it's an all-brown uniform. So, it got a lot of social media attention. And then when they did the unveiling of the Browns helmet, the camera guy fell into the water. Did you guys see this on Twitter? I mean, bro took a massive splash, and it was just everyone making memes saying only the Cleveland Browns would this happen to. He literally fell off the dock and made a big splash. This had to be a PR stunt to me. I mean, the dude, there's no way he didn't know where he was going. But you see him walking around with the camera, and then just boom, huge flash when the Cleveland Browns are unveiling their new helmet. So, pretty funny. I think the all-brown look could be cool, but I don't know. I was hoping for maybe a little something sleeker. Like, if only they had like an all-black in their arsenal or something like that. I give it. They're unveiling it this week against the Green Bay Packers. I think it'll look cooler on your TVs, but I'll give it like a 7.3. That's my rating for it, Dolphin X. Let me know yours in the comment. If you want to see more funny videos like that guy falling under the water, go over to X, go at Joey070. We'll chop it up, have some fun conversations about the Cleveland Browns there or about anything you want. Drop me a follow. I respond to comments on Twitter all the time, so go over there. I'll see you all there. And thank you so much for tuning in to the Browns Report. Let's go into Week 3 and beat the Green Bay Packers. Thank you so much for watching. All right, folks. Like the stream. We need some good luck to beat Green Bay. So if you haven't already, drop a like right now. It's been an awesome day hanging out with all you guys, having some fun here on the stream. Reed, did you have fun?
I had so much fun.
Yeah, Reed.
I liked the buzzer beater from Pete Feet. And he wrote a book in there. I loved it.
Oh, yeah. Pete Fee with the $10. Thank you so much, man. That was fun. A lot of good stuff, good content. Good time hanging out with the Browns fans, folks. Love doing this. Going to try and do this every single Wednesday, so make sure you got your notifications on so you can be part of it every time we do this. Ghostface says the helmet is sick. He likes it. It's cool. Cool all-brown helmet. Cool,
I
cool.
like it.
Yeah, it'll look cool on TV, I think, but up close you're like, oh wait, it's just all brown.
Yeah. I think with the other like the whole uniform, I think it'll look good.
Yeah.
Just looking at the helmet, it's like, all right, it's cool.
Right.
Like, all right, whatever. Oh, I forgot. Hold on.
What'd you forget, Reed?
Forgot.
Hey, Ninja
Dolphin.
Cow, like the stream.
Hey, Ninja. Forgot about this.
Oh, yeah.
This was
Dolphin
during
X.
our mailbag, but Dolphin, I got you in twice, so I figured it'd be okay.
Dolphin X, $2 super chat. Thank you so much, man. Dolphin X was DG playing a hint at things to come.
It's kind of tough because when your team is losing by that much, you just put in the backup because
Right.
there's no chance of winning.
Right.
But I don't know, maybe.
Right.
Maybe.
Like if it was right, I think it's because he's the rookie that will raises the question. But if it was like, let's say Burrow's healthy and they're up by like 40 and Jake Browning comes in, you wouldn't be like, oh shoot, is this a sign of things to come? But totally get you, because Cleveland's situation is a lot different than that. Flacco is not the quarterback of the future. Might not even be the quarterback for this year going forward. So the fact that Gabriel came in, went 3 of 3, threw a touchdown pass, I think we are going to see him eventually sooner rather than later if Flacco is turning it over like he was last week and in week 1, unfortunately. Good question, though, Dolphin X. Appreciate you, as always. Dolphin X said, it's the Browns. Our quarterbacks change with the underwear we put on. Yeah, they just cycle them in and out, bro, for years and years and years, man. So, for some reason, they're sticking with Flacco again, but I think that'll be for a couple more weeks against these tough defenses, and then hopefully we'll see some rookies, some more excitement in Cleveland. Can we find the guy of the future? Folks, thank you so much for being a part of the stream today. got some good content out. We're going to post all those videos that we filmed. So make sure you're in that comment section as well. Be the first one to like and comment when those videos come out, because you guys got the exclusive behind-the-scenes look of how the magic happened. So thank you so much, everybody, for tuning in here to the Browns Report Live. We will be back very soon. Another live next week. But also, most importantly, watch party this Sunday, Browns versus Packers. If you're a real one, be there. We'll be getting hyped up, and hopefully we beat Green Bay. Thank you so much, Browns fans. We will see you very soon. Time Man says, see y'all Sunday. I'll see you there, Time Man, and everybody else watching. So thank you so much, and peace out.